Hello and welcome to Daily Dulcinea. Today is Wednesday, June 25th, 2008. Today we'll speak about Russia's hockey league, George Orwell, as well as Custer's Last Stand.
Yum.
That's right. Not to be confused with custard. Good point, Josh. What can you tell us about Russia's hockey league? What's going on over there?
Well, just when you thought the NHL had problems, Russia's hockey league probably has a few more, because all their players seem to like it better in the U.S. and in Russia, at least for the last 12, 15, since the end of the Cold War. They've had that problem with the talent drain. So luckily, they have a lot of money from oil right now, and the oil companies are helping them pay players a lot of money as compared to the players in the U.S. who have the they don't make any money in the U.S. Of course, that's not even a question. But yeah, in the U.S. there's a salary cap, so in Russia they could up that, and they do. So they get players like Yashin, who's pretty good, and they also have Yashin.
Do they want anyone else, Josh, in particular?
I think they want Yager, or they might be able to get Yager because he's kind of old, and that's what they do. They get older players coming into Russia right now, but right now they just have Yashin.
And they're hoping to get more.
Yes.
Well, thank you. And Liz, it's happy birthday to George Orwell today.
Yes, George Orwell was born in India at the turn of the 20th century. He's most famous for 1984, An Animal Farm, and a collection of about 50 essays, most of them political in nature. He was actually he attended Eton, which is the boarding school in England that Prince William and other famous people have gone to. He was actually one of the poorest people in his class, but also the smartest. So this helped him sort of get ahead and have sort of creative juices for his work. And after 1984 was published, he realized that people kind of took it too seriously and thought, oh, this is what he thinks the world is really going to be like in 1984. And he said, well, no, this is a satire, but I believe it's possible that this could actually happen. So it's considered a sort of prediction of future life. So.
And it has happened.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of. And Adam, what happened today many years ago?
Many years ago, we saw the death of another George who was neither the poorest person in his class nor the smartest person in his class by any means. George Custer died on June 25th, 1876 in the Battle of Little Bighorn. The event is now known as Custer's Last Stand. And people who followed Custer's military career might not be too surprised at the result. Custer actually graduated last in his class at West Point, so he was quite possibly the stupidest person in his school.
Ouch.
He almost didn't become an officer. He was court-martialed soon after graduation, but then Civil War broke out, and so he was needed along with pretty much anyone else who could fit into a uniform at the time. He won a few high-profile battles in the Civil War, and so that's how he rose to become a general. But his recklessness also led him to be demoted back to a lieutenant colonel, which was the position he had on the day he died. And what a lot of people don't realize is that he wasn't even the commanding officer at the Battle of Little Bighorn. General Alfred Terry was commanding Custer's regiment and two others. And Custer might very well have been forgotten as an obscure American military personality, except that once he was killed, his wife promoted his legacy and he achieved status as an American hero of sorts.
Huh. That's interesting.
Then he went to play hockey for Russia.
And then he went to play hockey for Russia.
How much are
It's
they
funny how that
offering?
works. Yeah.
Millions.
It's funny how that works out. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Please join us here at the same time tomorrow. For more information about these stories as well as others, please visit us at findingdulcinea.com.